everybody. John to be good here, located in Laurel, Maryland. Alright, today is Friday. Local time is 11:33. October 7, I believe. (2016). Okay, we are empty. I did not film anything because that place is a little bit, I don't know, well, it was a very early morning and it was dark, so and I'm a little scared to do anything with that place. Anyway, we are empty. We are headed to the yard. We're gonna go and exchange the white paper for the green paper, and we are also on our way to Moorfield, West Virginia. I trust that most of you have seen yesterday's videos. I also hope you guys have enjoyed them. I kind of like that truck stop video that I did yesterday. I think I'm gonna do more of that. And I guess I got kind of carried away with that one. It ended up being 50 minutes, but I don't know, I just couldn't resist. We gotta take this Maryland 32 West. I hope I'm in the right lane. Uh-oh, I am not on the right lane. I kind of stirred up the crowd a little bit as far as the video democracy over dictatorship. You know, I'm not exactly sure how I said it, what I said, but or even if I conveyed my point in ways that some of you could understand, or conveyed myself properly that some of you can understand. I realize that sometimes I don't construct my words and sentences that other people can understand. Here's what I believe, okay? When the government is so corrupt, when the whole system is so corrupt, that even the highest forms of government are corrupt and are actually involved in the crimes, what are you gonna do? When democracy no longer course, I love democracy. I'll take democracy anytime, any day. But again, there's a tipping point where democracy is no longer works. And as far as the number of people that are died because of President-elect where am I going? 32, okay. Because of the president's action to clean up, the way I see it, as I said, the courts are being paid. Lawyers, cops, mayors, governors, and even young children are being sold and bought in link of drug dealings. Sojo Time pointed out that the number of crimes has risen, or the number of killing has risen since the president has taken office. But my question is, if you look at the number of killings of all linked to the crimes in nationwide, let me ask it this way. What was the number of killing per day nationwide before President Duterte got into office? Yes, there are the number of people dying because of his action is high, but that's a temporary thing. That's not going to be every day, every week, every month, every year after year after year. At some point, that's gonna run dry. Would you rather have 3,000 people dead that are suspected drug dealers and robbers, or would you rather have 5,000 people dead each year? As I said, of course, democracy. I believe in democracy and due process. But then again, due process. What's that? How's that going to help if the court system is already being so corrupt? Time to kill anyone, but did you know that God has given the government, any kind of government, this is biblical, by the way, God has given the authority to the government to kill people, whether righteously or wrong, according to its laws. I mean, yeah, if you break the law, let me rephrase that again. The government has the right to execute those who break the law. And by the way, that statement on the Bible that says, "Thou shalt not kill," did you know that is actually inaccurate? The proper sentence on that when the original was, "Thou shalt not murder." judicial killing. However, it is a sin to murder someone. Big difference, isn't it? For years and years I questioned that. I said, before I knew the truth, the difference between killing and murder. If that were true, thou shalt not kill, every cop and every law enforcement soldiers are damned to hell? Surely not, right? Either way, think what you may, the Philippines is a sovereign country. They had the right to govern themselves without the interference of other countries. Like this, the government has free reign to uphold the law. But at the end, each one of those people that are in government are still counted. They're still going to be accounted by their action, by their self-action, by their self-motivation. They're still going to give us, give an account. There is no such thing as a Christian government. Being a Christian is a single individual entity, not a group. Sure, you can say, well, that group of people over there are Christians, but you can't say the whole country is a Christian. Never been a whole Christian country, or never been a whole country that is one religion. At the end of it all, as I said, we are all judged individually. Of course, the biggest risk or danger is that if a dictator at the end of his term will not be able to let go of that power, that's the danger of it. Exactly sure if I know, or if we all know, the real meaning of what a dictator is. When we all hear the word dictator, we comes in to the millennium reign, when he comes back and reign for 1,000 years, he's going to be a king. He's going to be the only ruler throughout the world. There is no vice president or secretary, or he's going to rule the world by his rules. Now, does that make him a dictator? I think so. Now, does that mean he's going to be a bad dictator? I don't think so. So the question then is, are there good dictators and bad dictators? Probably. Hits a bump, it's always it kind of sounds like an orchestra at the carnival.